Welcome back. We're looking at inverses today, and the first example is asking us to show that B is the inverse of A. So when we do this, the first goal is to make sure what we need to show is the multiplication of A times B. So just kind of a few steps. So show one, A times B is equal to the identity matrix. Now remember, both are 2 by 2 matrices. So the identity matrix would be labeled as I2, and what that identity matrix looks like is 1, 0, 0, 1. Nice little familiar matrix to us, huh? So if we're kind of doing this, if we had to multiply by hand, we would then show the matrix math to this. But for purposes with the TI, super cool. All we have to do is type our matrices into our TI and show the multiplication. So I'm going to get back to that. But I do want to keep in mind that there's two things we have to show. We do have to also show that the reverse direction, B times A, is also equal to the identity matrix. So just for practice in our class, let's pull up our TI and just show the product of the two matrices in both directions, just so that we have that. So remember, if we're going to multiply the matrices, I like to enter them in to the edit menu. So second X inverse, second X inverse, there we go. And I'm going to edit matrix A. You know, if we already have the name of the matrix A, might as well. And it is a 2 by 2 matrix. And we're going to enter the elements we see. So A is 2, 1, 5, and 3. So 2, 1, 5, 3, just double checking. Let's quit out of this. And same idea. Let's go and let's edit matrix B. So second X inverse. I'm going to scroll all the way over to the edit, scroll down a little bit for item number 2 to edit matrix B, keeping the names consistent, making it 2 by 2. And that would look like, let's see, we have 3, -1. Be real careful with the negative sign. -5 and +2. So 3, -1, -5, and +2. Perfect. So let's quit out of this. And remember, the goal is to figure out the matrix multiplication. So I'm going to multiply first in order, A times B. So in order to do that, a little reminder, second X inverse, we're going to call up matrix A. Use the multiplication symbol. Second X inverse, call up matrix B. Press enter. And we have it. That's the identity matrix. And in the same screen, we can do this. Call up matrix B, second X inverse. That's item number 2. Multiply. Second X inverse. Call up matrix A. Press enter. And both directions, A times B is the identity matrix and B times A is the identity matrix. So what I'd like to do, there's really, in this case, there's no work for this because we did use our TI, but I will switch over and copy it so that you can see. And normally, if maybe a future math class, they may ask you to show the multiplication by hand. But in college algebra, at least in my course, it is sufficient so that you're just verifying that when you multiply the matrices out, A times B, you get the identity, and then the other way around, B times A, you also get the identity. So I hope this helps. I'll see you in the next example.